The office always smelled faintly of burnt coffee and printer toner, a scent that clung to my clothes and my mood. I, Ryan, had settled into its rhythm years ago. Early mornings, late nights, endless reports. I liked routine. It was safe. Until Jessica arrived. Jessica was nothing like the usual hires. Sharp, confident, with a presence that made the fluorescent lights feel warmer. She navigated the office like she knew a secret no one else did. Her ideas weren't just clever, they were unsettlingly precise, the kind that forced people to question their own competence. At first, I admired her quietly, noting how she subtly shifted meetings, guided conversations, and even influenced decisions without anyone noticing. It started small. She'd leave notes on my desk, a thought-provoking question, a critique disguised as encouragement, or sometimes just a few words that made me reconsider a problem I thought I had solved. I began paying attention to her, not in a romantic way, though that was hard to deny, but in a way that made me aware of how little I understood about the currents flowing through the office. Then Tyler, someone I considered a close ally at work, started acting strangely. Numbers didn't match. Client accounts were mishandled, and rumors of confidential leaks swirled. When I confronted him, he laughed softly, a knowing kind of laugh, as if I had walked into something I wasn't meant to see. My trust fractured. I didn't know whether to be angry or terrified. As I pieced the situation together, I noticed Jessica observing me, not critically, but almost like a teacher watching a student struggling with a lesson. She never interfered directly, but her subtle guidance pushed me to investigate further, to read between the lines, to anticipate moves I hadn't even realized were being made. The office tension escalated. Hidden agendas unfolded in whispers. Meetings were traps for the inattentive, and everyone seemed to be playing a game I hadn't signed up for. Just when I thought I understood the dynamics, I found Jessica and Tyler together in the break room late one evening. My first instinct was betrayal. My second was anger. But listening from the shadows, I realized they were aligning to expose the real threat, upper management, whose careless greed had been quietly sabotaging the entire department. Everything I had perceived as chaos was actually preparation, a test, not a trap. In the aftermath, the landscape of the office shifted. Management faced scrutiny, Tyler and Jessica were recognized for their clever strategy, and I discovered a new respect for both of them. I realized that trust, once broken, can be rebuilt stronger if handled wisely. That people's intentions are rarely simple. And that observation, patience, and discernment are far more powerful than brute force or authority. As I left the office that night, walking through the quiet streets with the city lights reflecting off the glass buildings, I understood a truth I had been avoiding. Human relationships, even in a professional setting, are layered and delicate. Success doesn't come from avoiding challenges or deceits. It comes from understanding them, navigating them, and emerging not just unscathed, but wiser. Morale. True insight comes from paying attention, questioning assumptions, and respecting the complexity of those around you. Sometimes, the lessons come from those who challenge you the most.